Hi everyone, myself Dr. P. Soumya, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Chemistry, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering College. In this session, I am going to discuss about energy sources. In this session, I am going to cover the topics: what are the energy sources, energy resources, classification of energy resources, different energy resources with examples. So, what are energy resources? This energy has been universally recognized as one of the most important inputs for economic growth and human development. So there is a strong two-way relationship between economic development and energy consumption. So there is a strong two-way relationship between economic development and energy consumption. Approximately 80% of the world's energy is produced by fossil fuels like oil, coal, natural gas. So approximately 80% of the world's energy, that is world's energy, it is produced by fossil fuels such as oil, natural gas and coal. There is growing energy needs in domestic, industrial, agriculture sectors. So there is growing energy needs in domestic, industrial and agriculture sectors. So the total potential for renewable and power generation in the country as per 2015 statistics is estimated at 8,96,603 megawatts. So this include wind power potential of here 1,02,772 megawatts and small hydropower. So that is 11.46%. The wind power potential is 11.46% and a small hydropower, that is SHP potential of 19,749 megawatts, that is 2.20%. Biomass power potential, that is 17,538 megawatts, so that is 1.96%. And 5,000 megawatts from biogas based cogeneration in sugar mills and solar power potential of 7,48,990 megawatts. So here, so the energy sources, this energy includes wind power potential, standard hydropower and also biomass power potential, biogas based cogeneration in sugar mills, and also it includes solar power potential. So the geographic distribution of estimated potential of renewable power as per 2015 statistics reveals that Rajasthan has the highest share of about 17%. So in this, according to 2015 statistics, so Rajasthan has the highest share of about 17%. About 17%. That is 14 lakhs 8,518 megawatts, followed by Jammu and Kashmir. First place is Rajasthan. So this is followed by Jammu and Kashmir, that is 13%. After that Gujarat with 8% share. So mainly an account of solar power potential, mainly in account of solar power generation. What are the uses of natural energy resources in domestic sector? Domestic energy consumption or domestic consumption of energy is the total amount of energy used in household work. So what is domestic energy? Domestic energy consumption or domestic consumption of energy, it is the total amount of energy used in household works. So the amount of energy used per household varies widely depending on the standard of living of the country. So this household work, this varies with country to country. So this depends on the standards of living of the countries and the climate and the age and type of residence. So the household works are varies widely. These are depending on the standards of living of the country and the climate and age and type of the residents. The domestic sector in India, the consumption of natural fuel, mostly wood, for energy is very high. So in India, So the consumption of natural fuel it is very high to produce the energy. So around 78% of rural and 30% of urban households depend on firewood. So around 78% of rural and 30% of urban households depend on firewood. So between 1970 to 71 and 1994 to 95, the annual consumption of electricity per household went up from 7 kilowatt 7 kilowatts to 53 kilowatt per hour. So and at present 850 kilowatts 850 kilowatts hour per capita, and of kerosene from 6.6 kg to 9.9 kg at present. So 20 kg of cooking gas from 0.33 kg to 3.8 kg. So at present 35 kg. At present 35 kg. So here these statistics clearly indicates the increasing demand over the natural resources, especially non-renewable resources. So these statistics 1970 to 71 and 1994 to 95 statistics this clearly indicates the increasing demand of over the natural resources, especially non-renewable resources. Here we are using wood as a energy source. So this indicates increasing demanding on natural resources, especially non-renewable resources like wood and coal. So industrial sector. So what is the use of energy sources in industrial sector? Energy is essential for production, packing, quality control purpose in many industries such as pharma, health, textile, oil industries, beside film, education and tourism industries. So most of the all industries needs energy. So this energy is essential for production, packing, quality control purpose in many industries such as pharma industry, health that is medical, and textile industry, oil industries, and also film and education, and also tourism industries. The estimated total consumption of raw coal by industry has increased from 407 metric tons during 2005 to 2006 and to 571.89 metric tons during 2013 to 2014. So with CAGR, that is compound annual growth rates of 3.85%. 3.85%. Here industry-wise estimates of consumption of coal during 2013 to 14 for the electricity generation is 427.23 metric tons. Next, steel washery industries. So these consume 23.13 metric tons. Cement industries 11.96 metric tons, and paper industries these consumed 1.67 metric tons, and these are consumed more coal for their energy needs. So all industries, steel and washery industries, cement industries, paper industries, so all the industries, they are consumed more coal for their energy needs. The maximum use of natural gas is fertilizers in fertilizers industry. So that is 32.56%, followed by power generation, that is 31.02, and 8.60 natural gas was used for domestic fuel. So overall power consumption of the industrial sector in India for the year 2005 to 2006 and 2013 to 2014, these were reported as 151, 557 gigawatt hour and 386, 872 gigawatt hour respectively. So what are the uses of energy in agriculture sector? So as the world population continues to grow geometrically, great pressure is being placed on arable land, so water, energy and biological resources to provide an adequate supply of food while maintaining the integrity of our ecosystem. As the world population expands, the food problem will become increasingly severe, conceivably with the numbers of malnourished. So this population explosion demands the more energy for the production of food. So cultivation of fishery sectors require more energy. Overall power consumption of agriculture sector in India for the year 2005 to 2006 and 2013 to 2014 were reported as 90 to 92 gigawatt hour, and 2005 to 2006 90 gigawatt hour, and 2014 to 2013 to 14 to 292 gigawatt hour and 159 144 gigawatt hour respectively. Of the total consumption of electricity in 2013 to 14, industry sector and accounted for the largest share, so that is 43.83 percentage, followed by domestic 22.46, agriculture 18.03 percentage, and commercial sectors 8.72 percentage, which clearly indicate the growing energy needs in India and other developed and developing nations. So in 2014, 13 to 14 industry sector, this accounted for the largest share, and means industry sector consumed 43.83 percentage of energy, and domestic 22.46, agriculture consumed 8.03 percentage, the commercial sectors 8.72 percentage. So this indicates the growing energy needs in India and also other nations. This is the classification of energy sources. So source of energy, this is divided into primary source and secondary source. So primary source and secondary source. Primary and secondary source. So this primary source, this is again divided into two types. So that is non-renewable energy and renewable energy. Renewable energy and non-renewable energy. Non-renewable energy also called as conventional energy. So renewable energy is called as non-conventional energy. So these the renewable energies includes hydropower, solar power, wind power, ocean, geothermal, biomass, and wood energy. So this includes hydropower, solar, wind, ocean, so geothermal, biomass, wood, etc. So non-renewable resources, this includes coal, petroleum, natural gas, nuclear fuels, etc. So as a secondary source, this is electricity and petrol. So these secondary energy sources are produced by primary sources. So this is example of secondary sources, electricity and petrol. So what is renewable energy? Those sources of energy which are inexhaustible, and these can be regenerated again and again. So these are called as renewable resources of energy. And the examples of these are solar energy, wind energy, ocean energy, that is nothing but tidal and ocean thermal energy, geothermal energy, biomass energy, and hydropower energy. So these all are renewable energy. So these are inexhaustible and this can be regenerated again and again. So these energy sources are called as renewable energy sources. What are non-renewable energy sources? So those sources of energy which are exhaustible and cannot be regenerated again and again, these are called as non-renewable sources of energy. Those sources of energy which exhaustible and cannot be regenerated again and again are called as non-renewable sources of energy. So examples: coal energy, natural gas energy, liquefied petroleum gas, and so examples of this liquefied LPG, that is called as LPG. This contains ethane and butane, isobutane and propane, and also butylenes. So nuclear fuels, this includes uranium-234 isotope. So non-renewable energy sources, this includes coal energy, natural gas energy, liquefied petroleum gas, that is LPG, and also nuclear fuels, that is uranium-235 isotope. So harvesting or harnessing of energy. So what is the harvesting of energy or harnessing of energy means? The process of collecting and converting and using the energy is known as harvesting of energy. The process of collecting, converting and using of energy is known as harvesting of energy or harnessing of energy. So what classification of energy sources here? Solar energy. So this is example of non-renewable resources. This is examples of renewable resources of energy. So solar energy is the technology used to harness the sun's energy and make it is usable. Many people are familiar with so-called photovoltaic cells or solar panels. These are found on things like spacecraft, rooftops, handheld calculators. Handheld calculators. Solar energy, it is a technology used to harness the sun's energy. Harness the sun's energy and make it is usable. So many people, we are very familiar with the photovoltaic cells like solar panels. These can found on spacecraft, rooftops, and handheld calculators. These cells are made up of semiconductor materials like those found in computer chips. When sunlight hits the cells, it knocks electrons loose from their atoms, and as the electrons flow through them, the cell it can generate the electricity. So these cells are made up of semiconductor materials like those found in computer chips. When sunlight hits the cells, it knocks the electrons and loose from the metal, their atoms. Metals are atoms. So as the electrons flow through the cell, the electricity is produced. Electricity is produced. So this is about solar energy. On a much larger scale, solar thermal power plants employ various techniques to concentrate on sun's energy as a heat source. So these are also called as solar heat collectors. So the heat is then used to boil water to drive a steam turbine that generates electricity in much the same fashion as the coal nuclear power plants, supplying electricity for thousands of people. So this is one of another process, that is the heat is then, so the in this solar heat collectors are used. So on a much larger scale, solar thermal power plants employ various techniques to concentrate on the sun's energy as a heat source. So this heat then used to boil water to drive a steam turbine and that generates electricity in much the same fashion as coal and power plants, that nuclear power plants. So this will supply electricity for thousands of people. So what are the advantages of solar energy? Big windows placed on the big windows placed on the sunny side of building allow sunlight to heat absorbent materials on the floor and walls. So these surfaces then release the heat at night to keep the building warm. And this is one of the most important advantages. So next one is absorbent plates on a roof can heat liquid in tubes that supply a house with hot water. Solar energy, it is an inexhaustible fuel source. So that is pollution and often noise free. So this is pollution free and noise free. The technology is also versatile. Hence solar cells generate energy for far out place like satellites in the earth orbit and cabins deep in the Rocky Mountains. Electronic calculators, watches, gadgets. So these are also working under the using solar energy. So renewable and eco-friendly energy. This is a solar energy is a renewable energy and it is an eco-friendly energy source. So this is available free of cost. So these are the advantages of solar energy. And what are the disadvantages of solar energy? Solar energy does not work at night without a storage device such as battery. So cloudy weather can make the technology unreliable during the day. So cloudy weather, and we cannot use solar energy at night and we cannot use solar energy at cloudy weather. So the solar technologies, these are also very expensive. The solar technologies are also, solar energy is cheap, but solar technologies are expensive. So it will require a lot of land area to collect the sun's energy at rates useful to lots of people. So it requires lot of land area, and also It can require skilled manpower for installation of solar cells. So these are advantages and disadvantages of solar energy. So this is about energy sources and classification of energy sources. Thank you so much.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.